Welcome to Bhavna's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you my go-to pizza or bread dough. Yes, you heard it right. The recipe that I'm going to share today is multi-purpose dough recipe. So imagine if you have the basic dough ready, you can prepare pizza, bread, naan, Indian naan, other breads like a flatbread, pita pockets. Yes, this recipe gives very puffy pita pockets as well. One can even prepare dessert like cinnamon buns just to reduce the amount of salt to just a pinch and use melted butter instead of oil. The well-fermented dough can be refrigerated or frozen. Someday you may want to prepare calzone just for like a snack or even for any other occasion. If you have the basic dough ready, as I said earlier, you will be always inspired to make something. So let's start making the dough. In the bowl of a stand mixer, combine all-purpose flour. Now if desired, you can use bread or pizza flour that is available these days in the market. Bread flour basically has high gluten in it. So when I want to prepare the dough with high gluten, I just go ahead and add my Indian whole wheat flour. I take 1:1 ratio for every 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of wheat flour. But it's totally up to you. But today, I'm just going to stick to 1 flour, all-purpose flour, salt, sugar, and yeast. I prefer to use the yeast comes in an individual pack like this, just to make sure that it's always active and I can never go wrong, whether it's still active or it has gone bad. So I always prefer to store the individual packs of yeast in my pantry. I am using Rapid Rise Active Dry Yeast. So I add straight in with all the ingredients and it allows me to store the remaining leftover yeast very well as well, just right in the pack. Now, many recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of active rapid rise instant yeast, but I don't like too yeasty flavor in my pizza or bread, and I have been preparing this same recipe for years now, and just with 1 teaspoon yeast for 6 cups of flour works really great. It may take just a little longer than suggested to rise the dough, but I always prepare my dough ahead of time so I don't have to worry about the timing. Mix all dry ingredients really well. Now add oil. I like to add generous amount of oil as I like my pizza crust a little crunchy. Add warm water. It is very important to add warm water, which is at about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, to bloom and multiply the yeast well. Initially, I'm going to add 2 cups of water and mix. Then place the bowl under the mixer and start kneading the dough in a rhythmic manner for 8 to 10 minutes until the dough is smooth and elastic. You may need to add in a little bit more or less flour and water, but the key is to remember that the dough will still be sticky and will stick to your fingers when you try to pull it apart, so it shouldn't be hard. The dough can be kneaded with hands if desired. Grease a bowl, then place the dough back into the bowl. Turn the dough to coat it in oil. Cover the bowl with a plastic wrap or a towel. I said you can use plastic wrap, but I normally use the plate. I just cover the bowl with the plate and then allow the dough to rise. Now today I'm going to show you the time lapse, so I'm going to have to keep this open, but I have the right temperature in this area. It's around 80 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's gonna allow the dough to bloom really well. And let the dough rise at room temperature until doubled, about 1 hour. Yes, you heard it right, just an hour or 2, because I'm using rapid rise, instant yeast. Punch down the dough. After your dough doubles, gently punch it down, literally, so that the gases are released from the dough. Usually 2 to 3 gentle punches are enough to degas the dough, and knead the dough gently. Roll out the dough to use in your favorite pizza recipe or refrigerate until needed. I have refrigerated it for several hours up to overnight, but the dough will continue to rise even in the refrigerator, so I try to use it before 24 hours. This is the dough from refrigerator. As you can see, it has risen again. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please do like and comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new recipe videos every week. You can also visit my website bhavanaskitchen.com for new recipe tips, tricks and ideas in the kitchen. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Bhavana's Kitchen is everywhere. You can watch me on a big TV screen using Roku, Amazon Fire, or even just a YouTube app. And don't forget to download Bhavana's Kitchen apps totally free on your mobile devices like iOS, Android, and many other. Thanks for watching and see you soon.